Hello, what have we here?
You're wrong.
Damn!
What the hell was that?
Game over, man. Game over.
You're wrong.
You finished?
Well, I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
Greetings, boys and girls, lemurs and squirrels, and welcome to the Week in Geek, a wholly owned subsidiary of Free Range Idiocy, wherein we present our midweek dose of geekery for you, the people. Sit back and relax as we scrape the best news we found off the bottom of the interweb shoe and let you know exactly how we feel about it. I am your Uncle Todd, and with me, as always, is the lead editor-in-chief bottle washer of the Week in Geek, as well as your unified world heavyweight champion. I give you the man they call Tim.
Can't you see me? I'm easily bothered by persistence. One step from lashing out at you. You want in to get under my skin and call yourself a friend. I've got more friends like you. What do? Is there no standard anymore? What it takes, who I am, where I've been, belong. You can't be something you're not. But be yourself by yourself. Stay away from me. A lesson learned in life. Known from the dawn of time. Respect. Walk. What did you say? Respect. Walk. Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me? Greetings and salutations, my friend. How are you?
I am doing well. I can't place that one.
That is the ECW theme for one Rob Van Dam. It is Pantera's Walk.
Okay. All right.
So
well, that would make sense.
I went a little deep on that one, so I'm kind of through most of the low-hanging fruit, so I'm really struggling to find some original content here.
I'm waiting for you to dig out girls in cars, like
well,
all the way
you
back
know,
to Straight Force. You know,
we're about that. We're not that far off, but sir, it's been a hot minute. How are you?
doing all right. Life is still kicking me, where it counts. But hey, still get to do this. I'm not a double world champion. I'm not, two belt Tim like you. But
There it is, baby. Check it out.
oh my gosh,
Best investment.
Tim could have fed about approximately 20 homeless people for what he paid here. But
Uncle Todd disagrees, of course.
instead, he has 2 wrestling belts. So hey.
So during our time off here, because we're apparently in the throes of the summer 2-week episode interval, as it would be.
It happens.
I celebrated the Big 5-0.
Yes, you
last
did.
Week. Actually, a week ago at this time, I was enjoying, believe it or not, in the wonderful west suburbs of Chicago. I found a restaurant that was having a lobster fest week where they air-shipped in Maine lobster and had a variety of choices, whether it be a pasta dish. Actually, the pricing was not that bad.
Really?
My parents were here from New England, and
Would the lobster have frequent flyer miles? They were able to take.
I think so. Yeah. But I ended up having the classic lobster boil. It was 1.5 pound lobster with. I of course had my Brussels sprouts and a nice, very charred, grilled version of corn on the cob, which was very tasty.
And then about a stick and a half of butter to dip the lobster in.
Dude, you you shell the meat and then you just drop the meat in and let it soak. Just let it absorb.
That's why I don't like lobster.
Really?
Like, I'll have a lobster roll occasionally. When I can find one with a decent gluten-free bun or anything like that. Like we actually did have lobster rolls last week, and a friend of ours is a chef extraordinaire, and she does gluten-free baking and cooking and all that. And she came up with a recipe for gluten-free naan bread.
Ooh.
And having a lobster roll on that. Okay, I was in.
Non-cornbread. It's got to be pretty damn close.
It is, actually. But as far as like actually sitting down with a lobster and shelling that sumbitch and going through all that, no. It's just not worth it for the little scrapple of meat that you get, and then you soak it in the butter, and I'm like, I would rather have a burger or something. Like, that's just me.
what I appreciate is they actually provided the proper implements for it, which I was impressed for being a Midwest establishment. I had the bib. I had not just the
bib is the other thing I can't
the
stand.
probing, the metal like fork that you pull the meat out with.
Yeah.
They also had the other metal object where it has kind
Crackers?
of like a little well, there's the crackers, but there's also this thing you can stick in to kind of like hook the meat and pull it out.
Yeah.
So it actually made the process very, very simple.
I still just don't love it. I just don't.
So, but my gift to myself was I debuted this last episode, but this is the classic Winged Eagle, or if you're Kevin Owens, the Eagle
it's
World
just the
Heavyweight
Eagle belt.
WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and this one is, according to Ric Flair, the real World Heavyweight Championship.
14
This
pounds
sucker,
of gold.
Man, this thing is so damn impressive to look at. I'm just like, I feel like I should be able to do more with it, but I just have to stare at it and be in awe. So,
well, if you really want to do more with it, step onto the subway with it and offer to defend it.
Why the subway of all places?
Because you're going to get some crazy people there that will take you up on it. You're going to get someone who'll be like, all right, I'll throw down.
But this thing, my friend, it is damn impressive. So
it is lovely.
And it's actually, out of the two, this one actually does fit around my waist. This other one is now my motivation to slim down a little bit further, so I can at least hook it around and get a picture with it. So
most people have motivational jeans that they're trying to fit into. You have a motivational championship belt.
Absolutely. You have your goals, and one of them is to be photographed with both of my heavyweight championships.
Like I said before the show, Robin Williams used to say that cocaine was God's way of saying you have too much money. Having 2 championship belts is second place.
All I'm waiting for is for them to come out with the CM Punk side plates, and I think I'm going to go sink some more money into the U.S. title with the CM Punk side plates to it. So we'll see.
Anyways,
so celebrated my big 5-0. I don't feel a day over 14, although my body tells me otherwise on a daily basis. So.
Oh my gosh. Tonight, for whatever reason, was rough. I'm like aching and creaking and popping and snapping. It's all the cereals.
I did actually in the pre-production meeting when I first logged on, and Uncle Todd was away for about 5 minutes. I did go the Jacob Fatu route and put the big gold belt around my head, because if you watch the programming when Fatu was U.S. champ, he would walk out with the belt around his neck like that. And good Lord, it's like the Darth Vader mask. It's just like right up here. It's all leather, and it becomes like, I felt like it was 10 degrees warmer inside the belt than in my
because you're breathing out all that CO2. You're superheating your brain. My goodness.
But Uncle Todd, as always, astutely observed, because with this title belt, this was the first belt. This was I think this came out in '86. Had the nameplate. But unfortunately for this one, I got to look, but there are no screw holes, so I don't know if I can get a nameplate on there or not. So.
Yeah, you'd have to get that sucker drilled, and that could be dicey.
But I would say, sir, when you do get to the point where you are feeling motivated to buy a belt, that big gold belt is damn impressive. You got to get one.
Yeah, let me. You do realize I have a daughter going into college and tuition to pay, right?
I do. I'm sorry.
Just saying.
I will try not to flaunt too much. But
of course you're going to. That's you should.
I still.
You should.
Will.
You should flaunt away. Well, for this Week in Geek, I feel like we may have hoodwinked our listeners and viewers a little bit. This isn't your standard Week in Geek. We are going to utilize this Week in Geek to catch up on our Real or Jabroni from the Fantastic Four First Steps, which we both got a chance to watch opening weekend.
We did.
We'll go through that. But there are a few little notable notes that we're gonna throw in here. I'll let you take this away, sir.
So, really, the first one, it's really just two. One is a little bit of a sad note because I hate to put it this way, but last week was a bit of a murderer's row of deaths that happened for icons of the 1980s. Sadly, it started off with the passing of Theo from The Cosby Show, Malcolm Jamal Warner, who sadly passed away, apparently just got taken by a current and drowned while he was on vacation with his family, which
It's terrible.
just awful.
I mean, it's terrible anyways, but it's even more terrible.
Yeah. It was just very sad. And then that was followed by, I think the next day or the day after, followed by the passing of one Ozzy Osbourne, who was an icon of heavy metal and rock.
3 weeks after his retirement performance, dude.
That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. So we had that. And then on my birthday, although it wasn't announced until 2 days later, we had the passing of a jazz icon in one Chuck Mangione, who passed away as well. And then finally, we won't go deep on this one. We'll save this for our free range Idiocy Friday episode. But there were rumblings and rumors, and I only have so much time. Uncle Todd only has so much time in the day. You heard these rumblings. Bubba the Love Sponge, who used to be a radio personality in Florida and apparently very tight with Hogan, and then they had a big blow up, was talking about how Hogan is on his deathbed. And I would see these like things about, his health isn't good and whatever. And I'm just like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to take the health report from someone called Bubba the Love Sponge.
Well, but also he's a 71-year-old former wrestler. Of course his health isn't good.
Right. Yes. Yeah. He's been through a number of surgeries. That leg drop that he was famous for dropping did not do wonders for his hip and leg, joints. And so I think what I read was he's had basically hip replacement, knee replacement, and shoulder replacement surgery. I'm just like, that is, I don't even know if that's a trifecta.
Still couldn't move around very well.
No.
Even after all of that, like it was like he was able to move. That was about it.
But we had the passing of the immortal one, Hulk Hogan.
Can we really call him that now?
Well, I guess. Well, he was at one point called the Incredible Hulk Hogan, so maybe we should call him that.
I think we need to go back to that one because after he passed away, if you're called the immortal, like,
yeah, it is kind of a bit of not an idiosyncrasy. What would you call it? Not hypocrisy. What is the? There's a word for it where the meaning
oxymoron.
kind of oxymoron. Thank you to say the passing of the immortal.
Yeah, it's like
I guess that would make him immortal then.
I think that word means what you think it means.
What you think it means, indeed.
Yeah.
So yes, we'll talk about that more in our free range Idiocy Friday episode on SummerSlam preview.
Yes.
But yeah, it was thoughts on
rough week.
The four horsemen of the apocalypse, one of which was not Ric Flair. So
that's the other thing. Someone actually said, like, how has Ric Flair outlived Hulk Hogan? Like it boggles the mind.
Yeah,
boggles the mind.
Same with Jake the Snake Roberts. If you were betting on, and I don't mean to make light of this, but if you were to bet based on lifestyle,
yeah.
Who would live longer? I think many people would say Hogan because Jake, even though he's cleaned up, Jake just, he really punished himself with a lot of drugs and alcohol, and very similar to Scott Hall.
But he went to that DDP spiritual and a physical car wash, and
hey, God bless DDP. That man has probably saved more lives in the wrestling industry than we'll ever know. With
Jake's back out on tour.
Jeez, with his, I guess his ex-wife, but now it sounds like they're back together apparently. So I was like, all right, well,
hey, he ain't just healing bodies and souls. Apparently, he's healing marriages. Like at this point, like DDP should have been up for DDP should have been in the running for Pope. Really, at this point, I don't think he should have been Pope. I think he should have been in the running. That's all I'm saying. Like top 10, yeah, should have just an acknowledgement. Man, it sucks, dude, because I mean I grew up watching a lot of the Cosby Show, and of course
unfortunately has suffered because of
the namesake of the show. Yeah, but it's like Malcolm Jabal Warner was like, he was in my living room like every Thursday night, and you kind of got to like he grew up as I was growing up, so it was, and then to know that he kind of went on to the second part of his life as a musician,
a bass player, sir,
a bassist, yes, which I believe he also played some upright. I don't think, I mean he was legit.
Yeah.
Yeah, terrible, man. That was terrible. Chuck Mangione, I never knew all that much about him, but I mean,
Is it Mangione or Mangione? Sorry.
I think I want to say it's Mangione. It could be
Oh,
Mangione.
You know what? You are 99.9% of the time on point with the names. I am the Yahoo who just says whatever. You're probably right.
But I mean, one of those people in jazz who kind of crossed over and was well respected, and the cover of that of the album feels so good. Like his breakthrough work is one of those great album covers. It's like it's iconic. And of course Ozzy. You want to talk about somebody who, quite honestly, had been on borrowed time since he was in his mid-30s. But an iconic voice. Like nobody sounded like Ozzy. I was just listening yesterday, as I was I was trying to get a quick workout in the garage, and I had on a Motorhead, Essentials playlist, and it got to the 30th anniversary of Hellraiser, and that's Lemmy and Ozzy, and just listening to Ozzy, I'm like, he might not have had the most classically wonderful voice, but you instantly knew who was singing.
Yeah.
Ain't no doubt. Yeah. And, to have performed at a high level and to be able to work a crowd like he did. And again, like someone who will go down in history of not just rock and roll, but of music for longevity and kind of, and that's taking apart all the, putting aside everything we saw in the the Osbournes, where it's Sharon, like he kind of went again. He kind of did the Snoop route before Snoop did, where after a while he went from like this character of like, oh my gosh, to like everybody kind of loved Ozzy because they're like, oh my gosh, he's this kind of clueless teddy bear.
Goofy.
Yeah, like what's going on?
It was like he was a goof.
Yeah, and and then and Hogan we'll talk about later. So however, I did read one comment that was it did make me laugh, which I may not be going to hell for this, but I might have to spend a weekend. But someone said Hogan couldn't even put Ozzy over for 48 hours.
Oh my gosh, that is chef's kiss right there. I mean, nope. Hogan said, "Nah."
Let me tell you something, brother.
Oh my gosh,
brother, that don't work for me, brother.
Which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, one of the all-time funniest sketches on Raw had to have been when Shawn Michaels did a Larry King parody of Hulk Hogan being interviewed by some parody of Larry King and Shawn being Hogan. Absolutely hysterical. Just watching him kind of walk out with the walker and doing all the brothers and doing the poses and then like grabbing his back and just in like agony. And it was, it's one of those unbelievably goofy things that you just don't think someone like a Shawn Michaels has in him, and then he does it and you're like, my God, that is just comedically genius what you just did there. And then to go on to have a match, I think at a SummerSlam, if I'm not mistaken.
It was a Mania match, I believe.
Was it? Let me check that.
But yeah, I know it, and to do the overselling.
Yes. Gosh. SummerSlam 2005. Thank you very much, my wrestling president.
It is okay. But the funny part is, Michaels today to this day still contends that he was not overselling for the point of overselling. He's like, that's just how I would sell for people, and I'm like,
no, you were making a point, because Hogan was insufferable in the fact that he had to go over on Michaels, and I think Michaels.
Well, because originally they were supposed to have like 3 matches. And he was fine with Hogan winning the rubber match.
Yeah.
But he was like, we should, you win one, I win one, then you win the rubber match. And then it was like, no, brother, we're just going to do one match. And Hogan was going to go over. And he's like, yeah, okay, fine.
God. All right.
But anywho,
well, my second, I'll hold on to this belt because it is relevant to the question I'm about to ask Uncle Todd, before we get into our adjudication of the Fantastic Four, Real and Jabroni.
Okay, hit me with it.
All right. Well, as you well know, sir,
I don't know that I know anything well.
It is almost August. August is almost upon us, sir.
Okay.
And you know that I am.
You keep saying I know. but
defending fantasy football champion, the real champion. And I would like. Where did he go? Is he walking off the show at this point?
Getting more to drink. I can't deal with this crap sober.
So I got to ask you, sir.
I can feel sober nipping at my toe, nipping at my heels.
I'm defending. Now, this is not the real champion. This is me using this as a proxy. But as the champ, I will be defending my title this season. Will you be joining me in the campaign of fantasy gridiron football this fall?
No comment. No
so
comment.
You're telling me there's still a chance. Well, I got to know soon because we're going to be drafting in about 3 weeks, my friend.
I don't think it's going to happen.
All right.
I think I have enough going on in my life. There's an excellent chance that every week I would be forgetting to update my
you have enough things going on that you don't need your arrangements further screwed up. So
well, here's the thing. So I'll say this in the same context as I was talking to some folks the other night, and every time I drive by this one particular golf course in Old Orchard Beach,
mm-hmm.
I look at the course, I look at the folks out there, and I'm reminded I used to enjoy playing golf sometimes. You know, yeah, it was kind of nice being outside and all that. And then I think a little more about it. I'm like, but that was probably like 10% of the overall experience. Like most of the time, I was just pissed off. I was mad because the ball was in the water. It was in the woods. I duffed to one, all that. And I'm paying mightily for the privilege of being pissed off.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I don't want to go back to doing that. And I kind of feel the same way about fantasy football. I don't want to go back to it because 90% of the time I'm just mad. Okay. And I'm like actively participating in being mad. Like I'm setting myself up to be mad every single week. Anyways, so,
all right.
But all that to say, I'll think about it. We actually have a visitor to the show.
Oh, do we have our
roving correspondent?
Kalen's Comedy or College Corner?
I don't know. Is it Kalen's Comedy Corner or Kalen's College Corner this week?
I don't know. What do you want me to talk about?
Well, oh, wait a minute. Are we pulling a Cody Rhodes here?
Does she? What's that?
Is she pulling a Cody Rhodes? What do you want to talk about?
Limericks.
Okay,
jokes.
What are you hitting me here with? What?
Did you tell Tim what I'm doing in August? Where I'm going?
Oh, so there is a Comic-Con in Boston.
Ooh.
And she's going to be going.
Very nice. What is she going to see?
I get to cosplay for the first time.
Cosplay as?
Her cousin has several cosplay outfits.
And is it a Star Wars character, anime character?
It's anime.
Anime.
Do you even know who these characters are?
I know the game they're from. I just don't know the characters that well.
What's the game?
Genshin Impact.
Okay. I have not heard of that.
You see the way you're like, oh, yeah. Oh, I haven't heard of that. Like,
I said I have not heard of that. I thought she was going to say One Piece because that is a card game that my kids are super into. That's based on an anime series.
One Piece? Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah, I have heard of One Piece.
I'm the only dope here.
Only reason I know about it is because my kids know about it. That's it.
Still, you're one step ahead of me. So when that's beginning.
It's the first week of August.
Nice.
It's the second weekend of August, technically.
Nice.
So it's not this weekend because this weekend is the beginning of August, but it's the weekend after. Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yep. Yes, that's like right around
this weekend
corner.
is SummerSlam, anyways. So
true.
Gonna be there. And guess who's gonna be there?
The Dudley boys are going to be there.
Not what I was gonna say. But...
Are they? Are they really? She has an opportunity to meet Bubba Ray and Devon. Oh, good Lord.
Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are also going to be there too, and they're doing a Star Wars double feature film at night, so they're going to be there, and everyone's going to watch two of the movies together.
Very nice.
Guess who else is going to be there?
LA Knight. John Cena?
I mean, it's Boston, dude.
Well, that makes sense.
What are you clapping for?
I'm excited. Also, you need to, because he's gonna have a Q&A. So if you and Tim have any questions you want to like ask him, like I could ask him for you.
I have a question. Would he do a guest spot on Free Range Idiocy for 15 minutes?
I'll answer that for you. No, he
Ah!
won't. No, he won't. Maybe Devon would.
All right.
If the price is right.
We should have Devon.
Bubba wouldn't. He's busy. He's got his own podcast.
He's coaching on LFG right now. So
if I was just like, oh yeah, I have a few questions for you. My dad wanted me to ask them for you. He has a podcast. He really wants to know your.
You know what?
Podcast Free Range Idiocy. It's on.
Like father,
nice.
like daughter. Could she get a soundbite from John Cena to intro the show?
I don't know. We'd have to see. There's a lot of folks at this thing. Like a lot of them.
Unamaki's voice actor is gonna be there.
I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
Yay!
He's from my favorite anime. He's hilarious.
Which is?
I only know one word, and he says one word the entire 2 seasons of the show, and it's shake, and it's Japanese for salmon.
Nice.
That's all he says.
Apparently, he's hungry for salmon,
He's iconic, and I love him.
which is a gamier fish. But okay.
Yeah, it's not my thing either. Anyways, so what? Okay, you're poking at me now. What?
I'm so excited because then I also get to see Dante Basco too.
You do realize that you have to pay to see all these people. Like you like they want cash on the barrelhead in order for them to even say hello to you. You get that, right?
Like that, you can like
In order to breathe the same oxygen as them.
get autographs, obviously, and photos. That's a lot of money. My friend, my cousin's getting autographs for Dante Basco, so we're gonna see him. And then I think we're also going to see Unamaki because she's also a fan of the anime. But
Nice.
These are none of the people that I would be going to see. I might go to one. I might go to one day, but
Is anyone from BSG going to be at this con?
I don't know. So let me see here if I can find it. So Fan Expo Boston. So I'll let you look it up, or I'll look it up too. Here.
Oh, me? Okay.
Fan Expo Boston. Here we go. Celebrities. So yeah, there's a lot of folks at this. Top billing goes to Ewan McGregor, Hayden Christensen, John Cena, Orlando Bloom, ladies and gentlemen. A guy from Supernatural, Simon Pegg, Tamura Morrison, John Boyega, Jason Isaacs of Harry Potter, Helen Hunt, John Rice Davies.
Helen Hunt?
dude
Yep.
from Acolyte.
Where is he? Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, why did he go there? Manny
Giancarlo
Jacinto?
Esposito?
Yep. We got there's like one here or two from the Walking Dead too.
Dude, Rob Van Dam is going to be there.
Oh yeah, I saw him too. How'd he get? Oh, Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle's going to be there.
Canceled guess? Oh, we could
Ernie
have.
Hudson backed out?
Yep, Christopher Lloyd too.
That's awful.
So why is it? It seemed like it was a lot longer of a list.
Why is Ryan from
Oh, animation voices, anime guests, comic creator, cosplayers. Yeah, they've got like others. So you can go like the voices.
Oh.
They've got the voice of Barney and Chuck E. Cheese.
Wait a minute.
tomorrow-
Mark Shepard. What Mark Shepard played what was the character he played on BSG? He was he ended up becoming the final president when they landed on Earth.
He did?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was a Romo.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Oh yeah, and he had a great bit on Doctor Who as well.
Yep.
During Matt Smith's run. Oh yeah, okay, that'd be cool.
Wow.
I'm not going to see him. I might be there Friday. I don't know.
John
We'll see.
Boyega. Holy moly.
I would love to go. I would love to see Bubba Ray and Devon, but I don't think I have that cash.
Like, how much is it to see them?
Well, if you click on it, so like for instance, Rob Van Dam autograph is 70, photo op is 90.
Jeez, I'm a crow.
Let's see here. Where's Bubba Ray? Bubba Ray is only 60, but then an autograph is 100. If you want an autograph premium bulky, That's $270, and a photo op is $140.
What about a photo op where you hone in on Devon's scars on his forehead?
And actually, so good on Devon. He's getting the same deal as Bubba.
Yeah.
So that's nice. How much is Kurt Angle?
How
Kurt
much
Angle is just $60 for an autograph. That's it. He's just signing and getting people through.
Cena, $149 for an 8x10 autograph, $200 for an autograph premium.
Mm-hmm.
Autograph premium bulky, $249. That's on Belt's prop. Oh, I could get his.
The only problem is getting a photo with him. It's just you standing there.
Yeah.
Because you can't see him. Anyways. All right. So you're looking forward to that, obviously.
Be like all the way up there, and I'd just be like,
I'm sure they have like a box you can stand on or something.
that's not embarrassing at all whatsoever.
Actually, John Cena's not that tall. Can you Google with John Cena height?
Sure.
Because I can't type one-handed. I bet he's like 6'1".
Dude, you nailed it.
6'1".
6'1".
Yeah. So he's not that much taller. Well, actually, he's taller than I am, but not that. Well, yeah, but we're not tall people.
Jeez. I really want to go to his Q&A because he's also a BTS fan. So I do, and we both have the same bias in BTS. We both bias J-Hope.
This is the other thing I found out this week is that John Cena is a K-pop fan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like, big K-pop fan. Like, he made TikToks last week about BTS returning from the army.
Interesting. Tell Kaylin that from One Piece, the voice actor for Luffy is going to be present, as well as Usopp.
So the voice actor for Luffy as well as Usopp from One Piece are going to be there.
Really?
Yes.
I love Luffy.
Yeah, tell her TJ dressed up as Luffy
He's funny.
one year for Halloween.
Apparently, TJ dressed up as Luffy one year for Halloween.
Aww.
I have no idea who Luffy is, but
He's the main character of the show, apparently. So
okay.
I'm flexing about as much as I know about the show in that statement. So.
Okay, good. All right. Was there anything that you'd like to share with our listeners, all for all around the world? That smile does kind of frighten me, but I'm also very interested.
She's off
to know what
camera.
this
We
is.
can't see it. Can she flash the grin over here?
Ooh. Let's see. Do you want like college drama, or do you want like my
I'd like a
personal
joke.
interests?
I'd like a joke.
Tim wants a joke.
I don't have any jokes, Tim.
Oh,
I've got a joke. When we did a workout today, Kaylin was pushing a sled and her old man whooped her. Head to head. Whooped her.
I'm a tiny person. You weigh twice as much as me, okay? So you're carrying a lot.
I do not weigh twice as much as you, first and foremost. And I had twice as much weight on the sled as you did.
Yeah. Can't whatever you say, buddy.
It's not whatever I say. That's math.
Kaylee likes me more though, still. So
I mean, that's a given. Granted.
can't argue with that.
she thinks I'm funny.
Well, she thinks I'm funny too, but looks aren't everything.
You okay over there? Jeez Louise.
No, I'm not. Anyways,
Wow.
all
Well, tell her to have fun.
Yes, you have fun at the Fan Expo. Not that, I mean, I'll see you between now and then, but Tim says to have fun. And I assume, oh, you're not going to bed. It's 9:30. I know you're going to be awake. Okay. All right. Well, good night. Fare thee well. Love you. What? I'm sorry.
Stray Kids is dropping a new album on August 22nd, so please listen to it on Spotify. We want to win the next
What is
Korean
this?
Music Awards, please.
Who is? Who's she talking about?
Stray Kids, her favorite.
Oh,
K-pop
Stray
group,
Kids. Okay,
is
gotcha.
Dropping a new album on August 22nd.
August 22nd.
And this is Stay Week, right?
Yes, it's Stay Week and the anniversary is on Friday.
Yes, because Stays are the name for the Stray Kids fans.
Ah,
Say
okay.
it with me, people. Stray Kids everywhere, all around the world. You make Stray Kids stay. Ta-da!
Very nice. Very nice.
So, anyways, as lovely a moment as that was, our time has come to an end. Good night. Love you. It
Fare
is
thee well.
9:27 here on the East Coast.
And you're watching Perspectives.
Bingo!
All right. Good night. Love you. Don't stay up too late, okay? Yeah, this is her new thing, like the short hair. It's like I'm being rubbed for luck
Oh,
at
dear.
this point.
Oh, dear.
It is nice. You look less scary.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You do look a lot more spherical now, though, but
Did you hear that?
I did.
I look less scary but more spherical.
Well, if there's one thing you've always tried to do is to look more rotund.
And she says maybe in a couple months I'll be matching with you.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Good night. Love you. All right. Now we're on to what are we on
The
to?
real
Okay, thank you.
and the jabroni. Yeah.
Right, let's see if we can
so
power
you
through
you are
these.
up in the air about fantasy football. It sounds like. So we
am.
will revisit that. But that is coming up, and I am going to do my weekly fantasy football fantasy gridiron breakdown, whether he's a part of it or not.
If I'm not a part of it, I'm going to edit it out of every show.
And I'm going to do it with this over my shoulder until someone dethrones me. So there it is. Ba-bam.
And then they get the belt?
Maybe. We'll have to see if we
You won't do that.
invest money in a fantasy belt. Maybe we
We
should
get
do
a
that.
foam belt or something.
Maybe.
All right. So, Real or Jabroni, these were our predictions prior to Fantastic Four First Steps being
Yes.
released. And we are now going to see just how right, or more than likely, just how wrong we were. So when we were talking about this as the real, that was our thought that yes, this is true. That prediction will happen. It is based off of the Iron Sheik.
He's the red
And when we said that is the jabroni, that means false. No way it's going to happen.
jabroni.
And so here we go. We had how many of these things here? 35.
We'll get through them fast.
I
Well,
hope
actually,
to God
before we
so.
start real quick, hot takes on the movie. What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I was a little nervous about the casting. I was not familiar with anyone except for Pedro Pascal. So I did not know how this was going to go. I was probably most worried about the storms because I was not familiar with the work of the actress who plays Sue Storm or Sue Richards. For a hot minute, I thought it was the actress who played Nurse Chapel on Strange New Worlds, and that is not the case. But she was actually really good. She was really good. I don't think the trailer really didn't do her or Johnny justice. After watching the movie, I'm like, oh no, that was a great choice for Johnny Storm, especially within the context of this universe. And even Pedro Pascal, I was like, how is this going to work? But it all fit. I felt like they really did a great job of casting everybody. And as a great, side note, this is the first Jewish actor to play the Jewish character of Ben Grimm, which, it only took like 18 flops to get there.
And you have seen that actor before.
I'm sure that I have.
He was in season 1 of Andor as part of the heist group.
Oh, okay. He looked familiar, and I know that he was on The Bear, as well. But I just haven't watched that show.
Not to mention Silver Surfer Julia Garner from The Ozarks, and Natasha Lyonne, famously from American Pie.
Yep.
Now from several other shows that are on the Peacock.
Poker Face is kind of her big thing right now.
Yeah.
She was good.
Joseph Stranger Things. Johnny Storm was a major character in Stranger Things. This most recent season that has aired, which is now 3 years old.
Yeah, Kaylin was saying that, and I'm like, okay, well, that does. Again, these are all things that I haven't seen. So,
yeah.
But I thought it was well cast.
Yeah,
I love the aesthetics of the world, and I really kind of enjoyed the story. It made me also realize, though, that the best thing that Marvel ever did was probably also the worst thing they ever did for themselves. Infinity and Endgame just Infinity War and Endgame just completely screwed up everyone's expectations of what these movies were going to be going forward, because you had this cresting of a moment, and then nothing came even close to matching that, and because it wasn't supposed to. I feel like now maybe people are starting to recalibrate that a little, and we're also kind of getting, this was a really solid flick, I feel. But yeah, I felt like it was overall just really well done. I felt the effects were actually good. The iffiest thing that they had to deal with was the fact that Mr. Fantastic's, stretchability powers have always been wonky on screen. And I felt like it was done well here. Like it something that is just in most cases going to look really fake. I mean, it still looks fake, but it looks fake in the context of it looks like a good fake within the context of the movie, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But I was buying it. No, I think overall it was a really, really, really good movie for Marvel. And it was a lot of fun, and they kept it to 2 hours, which I really appreciate. They didn't let this thing drag and drag and drag. It was a nice little story. I didn't feel like there was a ton of fat on it. Yeah, no, overall, I dug it a lot. How about you?
Same. I thought it was great casting. The four of them felt like a natural family to me. I had not seen any of the prior Fantastic Four movies from, early 2000s on, which there's mixed reviews on those to bad reviews. But no, I felt everyone kind of played their role well. I think the biggest thing that stood out to me, because I remember talking when we first, talked about this movie, being a thing, was, and I wasn't basing this on an experience of seeing the prior movies, but just, the focus they put on the powers that they all have, and maybe minimizing that a little bit, or not making that as much of a focus, because it feels like in the prior movies it was all about how did they get their powers and how did that, so on and so forth. Kind of, I mean, in a way it's the antithesis of what Marvel was doing in a lot of the origin stories of, how do these heroes rise to become what they are. This one, kind of established that in the first 10 minutes. It was very quick to, and they did it brilliantly by having, that talk show host kind of, talk through like, oh, you remember when they went 4 years ago on their space flight and they came back with all these amazing powers and have been saved. And in a lot of ways, it was almost like the beginning of the Incredibles in some ways, because they were going back through like how they, upended all these other, bad guys. They did reference, I think it was Red Ghost and his apes.
Yep, and Mole Man, of course.
We saw, and Mole Man actually had a bit more of a role in the movie than I was expecting, and not in the way that I thought. It wasn't necessarily a one-on-one or 4-on-1 confrontation with him, but there was already kind of an understanding with him, and then he played a role in how they were kind of approaching Galactus. I thought Galactus was extremely well done.
Yes.
It did not feel, odd, or I thought they did a great job of taking something that is really outside of the realm of our world and reality, and yet provided something that felt very real and very, to the scale of what it was, what it was, intended to be. Just seeing the size and enormity, and making his, because I had seen animated pictures of, kind of Galactus's, kind of face, with his mouth open, about to consume like the planet Earth, like almost like he's one of these, what the heck was it from
Celestials?
Like he's a celestial or something like that. And I'm glad they didn't go to that level with it, but I'm also glad that he was something that was not exactly something the four of them were going to beat physically. They were going to get smushed if they tried to do that. And so, no, I thought they did a great job with it. They focused the story on the characters, and I love how there was that thread throughout of it all, throughout the entire movie about family. I like how, Sue's character has that speech with the baby about, I'm not going to sacrifice my baby for this planet, but I'm not going to sacrifice this planet to this character, and the way they all kind of came together, to fight him. I just felt the whole story was just really well done, and I think that's what made this movie good. Was it was about the characters. It was not about their powers. It was not about them showing their powers. Their powers came into play at the end, but it all felt very much like background noise to what was really going on, and that was Galactus's pursuit of the baby, and the establishment of Franklin having this sort of life-giving power, which makes sense for a being that needs to consume life to keep going. Now, if he had the baby, he would be able to self-feed, constantly, and, hence his line about being his salvation,
Well, but he was looking to basically pass that along to Franklin. It seemed like he was looking to rid himself of his hunger. Which
I interpreted as, well, and I'm probably biased a little bit by articles that I've read, but my understanding is Franklin's powers come around to him having some sort of life-giving ability, but be able to create life, create universes. And so for a being that has to consume matter, it seems like that would quench his hunger, because he could just create what he needed when he needed it, as opposed to having to always hunt around. But to your point, maybe it was to pass that mantle on. I'm not entirely sure how that would work, but again, similar to Andor season 2, I don't need to know that right now. Like, all that's germane to the story is he's a being who's been doing this, and he wants to kind of rid himself of this eternal curse that's upon him. And so he sees the baby as the way out. So I thought overall it was really well done. The characters were great. I didn't think anything was too, over the top and that sort of thing. And so, it was a fun movie, and it was a good story, and it wasn't, like no part of it felt like overdone or over the top. So, overall 2 thumbs up.
Yeah. I like how they chose to do the non-origin story first movie, sort of like they did with Spider-Man. And it makes total sense with these 2 properties, these sets of characters, because even though you're taking it in a different direction, it's like you've seen these movies before, or enough to know how they got their powers. We don't need to do that movie again, and
we don't need to see the Thing doing big muscle man sort of things. It's like, I think the greatest thing they did with Ben Grimm was make him more human in the form that he was in, where he was trying to connect with Natasha Lyonne's character, and he was, kind of struggling with making those kind of outside connections outside of his family. Like that's what I think is great. It's almost like the Paul Heyman hide the weaknesses, accentuate the strengths. Like, the strengths were in the characters, not in the characters using their powers.
Yes, it was much more character driven than superpower driven, and that was a good thing.
One question I have for you, if I had this right, when early in the movie, when they have the scene of Sue Storm, I think at what was supposed to be the UN kind of being, kind of the spokesperson or whatever to bring all the nations together and that sort of thing, there was one nation that had an empty seat, and I thought it was Latvia or something like that.
Latveria, which is Dr. Doom's home country.
That's what I thought. Okay. That was empty, and for whatever reason, when I saw that empty seat, I'm like, there's a reason for that, but I don't, and that name stood out to me, but I couldn't remember why, and then afterward I looked it up, and that's why. So, very intriguing.
That is correct, sir. All right. Where are we at here? What do we got?
All right, here we go. We ready to adjudicate?
Mm-hmm.
We will understand we will calculate, we will formulate, and we will debate.
Did you say fornicate?
Formulate.
Oh, okay. You got to enunciate better.
Formulate.
You need to enunciate.
You need to listen better.
Oh, that too.
Number 1 from our in or out section, Victor Von Doom, a.k.a. Dr. Doom, will make an appearance. I got to give that a reel on this one. Absolutely.
That was totally not Robert. That was a stand-in, but that's good. Close enough for me.
All right. I'm trying to remember if we both get it right, it's +1 if I remember correctly, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. All right, number 2, Kang the Conqueror will make an appearance. That is Jabroni. And we both guessed jabroni on that one, so we each get +1 on that. Number 3, the new Avengers, a.k.a. Thunderbolts, will make an appearance. We both said the real. That was jabroni. Yeah. We get nothing.
Yeah.
Guessing incorrectly. Mole Man will make an appearance.
He's the real.
He is the real. He did make an appearance and actually played a pretty, I don't want to say critical sounds a little bit over the top, but he was a critical part of their plan to evacuate New York. And
for a B-level villain, I mean, he got some decent screen time. Good for.
Although I actually enjoyed what they did with him when he kind of walked in and was all like, he looks right at Reed Richards and is kind of like, he's like, all right, romance me. He didn't say romance me, but it's like, talk me up here. He knew he was in the driver's seat and he wanted Reed Richards begging for his help. And it was just really funny how they kind of played that out.
What I love how they're adversarial, and then Sue is the one that he wants to deal with. Like, he doesn't really want to deal with Reed. No. He's like, no, you're the one I want to deal with.
As soon as Sue starts talking to him, he just like drops everything. He's like, all right, what's the deal?
Yeah. He's got a soft spot for Sue,
That's fantastic.
And after spending that movie with Sue, I'm like, I would bend over backwards for her too. Like, she seems like a very sweet person, but also someone I don't want to mess with.
Vanessa Kirby was very good, and I like how they drew on that, how as the mom, really channeling her life force, if you will, into pushing Galactus into the into the teleporter. Which, by the way, I have a theory that not only did he get pushed into that teleportation to somewhere in space, maybe went to a different multiverse.
Perhaps.
Because this is a new technology that he just all of a sudden figured out, and they're just all of a sudden trying to use it on a grand scale. So
I just love how that just, oh yeah, we've got all this going on. Oh, by the way, I also figured out teleportation. Like,
yes. Yeah.
Just kind of, in a way, like it seems like very odd, but at the same time, it's like, this is a dude who cannot, like, it's a Tony Stark thing. Like, he just can't turn it off.
Cannot help himself.
Always has to be messing with something,
Yeah. And I got to tell you, it's been so long since I've been in a classroom that hearing someone draw on a chalkboard is now getting to the point where it drives me insane. Like, before it was just nails on a chalkboard, drove me nuts, and I could deal with someone writing on it. But even now, chalk on a chalkboard, it's like, it's whiteboards. It's whiteboards now for me. It's all whiteboards. We don't need chalk anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's the type of squeak.
Oh, yeah, kind of.
Okay, kind of. Fine.
All right, our last in or out was John Malkovich will be the Red Ghost. That is jabroni. There was no John Malkovich,
although, can you say that he wasn't?
It's jabroni.
Did we not hear him speak?
We did not. +2 for the man they called Tim on that one. Thank you very much.
I still maintain it's Red Ghost.
You can maintain all you want. All right. Our next section, what's up with that? Number 6. The movie starts with the Fantastic Four having their abilities. That is the real. Uncle Todd is now even things up. He gets +2. I get 0. I had jabroni on this one. The movie shows how the Fantastic Four gain their abilities. We did get the news clip. It did explain how they got it, so I'm going to call that the real. But we both guessed the real, so it's a push either way.
I mean, yeah, fine. I mean,
they
don't matter either way.
They talked about the trip up to space and back.
They talk about it, but it's not like you see them getting.
I know you were all looking forward to.
I kind of was.
I bet you were.
I'm very much a.
Number 8, the mission that gives the Fantastic Four their abilities causes Galactus and Silver Surfer to mark Earth for consumption. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I lost my place. Uncle Todd said the real. I said jabroni. That was jabroni.
Jabroni!
Indeed. You know what's confusing me is I have the columns where we guessed as Todd and Tim. So you're first, I'm second. And then for the points, I'm first, you're second. So I have to
Why do you do that to yourself?
I don't know. But I do for some reason.
Go figure. The guy
Thank
who's
you,
good with
Kristen.
numbers is just going off the rails here with his spreadsheet.
Victor Von Doom is a friend of Reed Richards. Uncle
Jabroni.
Todd said the real. I said jabroni. That's another +2 for me.
Although,
He is the real.
do we know that he is or isn't? He just shows up at the house. He must have had a key. So occasionally he has to. He's over there. They gave him a
Why do
key.
you time that crap when I'm drinking?
They had to give him a key to feed the cat. Change Herbie's oil. Like something. He's over there somehow.
Oh my God!
He just didn't wander in off the street.
Fair enough. We're going to still say jabroni on that one nonetheless.
You son of a bitch.
Reed Richards is responsible for the start of an incursion. Uncle Todd said the real. I said jabroni. It was
He
jabroni.
is the real.
No,
How is that the real? There was no mention of an incursion.
You're wrong.
Yeah, well, you're wrong. So
didn't have to be mention of it. I sensed it.
You felt it in your loins.
I felt a twinge in my left butt cheek. That means an incursion.
Zzz, oh, hello. There's an incursion coming to town. It could happen. All right, number 11. Galactus is devouring Earth because he's trying to prevent a multiversal breakdown. Yeah, that was definitely in the category of overthought, overthinking, overdone.
Just
And
a bit.
We both said, we sniffed that out. We both said jabroni on this one. So a +1 for the two of us on that front. Number 12. An incursion summons Galactus. That is
Jabroni.
jabroni as well. Each get +1. All right. Number 13. The first half of the story. Oh, this is, see, when any of these is greater than 5 words or 6 words, it's just jabroni. Just say jabroni.
Jabroni.
The first half of the story is the F4 origin, the Fantastic Four origin story and escape as their Earth is destroyed. The second half is about their arrival on Earth 616 and saving it from Mole Man and Red Ghost. Sweet sassy Molassy, that is not even close to what happened. +1 for Uncle Todd and I because we sniffed this out as jabroni.
You are worse than Hulk Hogan.
Indeed. Yeah, that rumor was awful. Number 14, Reed Richards is investigating wormholes as a way to jump universes.
Jabroni.
We both said the real, but that was a big old jabroni, goose eggs all around. Yeah, we got that one wrong.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't use this to like bet money or anything on that.
No. Do not entrust any investments to us at all. We will lose money like it's going out of style.
Stick with Wu-Tang Clan. Diversify your portfolio.
Amen and amen. Number 15, Mole Man and Red Ghost are basically jobbers to showcase the wonder that are the Fantastic Four.
He is the real.
Would you say the real for this one?
Yes.
Okay.
They were totally the Iron Mike Sharp and the Barry Horn. I mean, they essentially booted the friggin' ape. Do you even see Red Ghost?
You don't see him
You
until...
see an ape.
So here's what was funny. At the end of the movie, I look up on Wikipedia and see there is a mid-credits scene, which we'll get to momentarily because one of our rumors deals with this.
Yeah, I remember that.
And when that scene is done, my younger one says to me, "Oh, there's one more scene. We got to stay for it." And I'm like, "There is?" Because I only see this one in Wikipedia. So I look up, and sure enough, there is an end credits scene. It is basically an animated. It's similar to the animated beginning to the movie, or beginning of part of the beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. It's like the TV show that's in the universe.
In the universe, right? And you see Red Ghost, and you see Mole Man. And they get their clocks cleaned. But nonetheless, I just sat there and I'm like, was it worth us sitting through all those credits to watch that? Are you kidding me?
Not really.
No.
I try to amuse myself in those moments by like just looking at the names of the effects houses.
Yeah.
And that's always kind of interesting to me. And then trying to judge like, okay, where is that one located just based on the names that are scrolling through.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that one's definitely Norway. Oh, that one's definitely Korea.
Number 16, Red Ghost plays a role in summoning Galactus.
Jabroni.
Oh, that's a big old jabroni. And we both called it, so we're both getting +1 for that. All right. Number 17, Franklin's birth summons Galactus to their Earth. I would say that is the real, because without Franklin, Galactus does not come.
But is it his birth? Because when they're...
How does Franklin come to be? He's born.
Well, but no, Galactus is already like Silver Surfer showing up and heralding Galactus, correct?
Oh, okay.
And Sue ain't given birth yet. So I mean,
okay, that's fair.
So
all right.
It's not the birth necessarily. I think it's probably the child itself that is, summoning.
All right, we'll give that one to Uncle Todd. That is jabroni. Uncle Todd said jabroni. I said the real, so Uncle Todd gets 2 points on the board for himself.
And just for the record, I the way that I have because I'm working off of a laptop here, just to pull back the curtain completely here, I'm working on a laptop, so I have very limited screen real estate. So when we're doing this, I have the man they call Tim full screen, so I can also work our soundboard. So I'm not even looking at how I picked these right now. So when I'm making arguments, I legit don't know if I picked what. So there are chances that I could be completely screwing myself on some of these.
He says that, but he actually has like multiple monitors up. And no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I could figure that out.
You could.
Look at me.
You're a smart cookie. Come on now.
You're going to burst into flames just for lying like that.
Anyways,
next.
Last one from What's Up With That, number 18. Galactus is seeking Franklin Richards because of his powers. We both said the real. I think that is the real.
He's the
We're going to go +1 on this one all around. We both guessed correctly. All right, we now enter our final phase when the man comes around.
Yeah.
Number 19, the Fantastic Four and Franklin escape their universe and end up at Earth 616. Uncle Todd said the real. I said jabroni. That is jabroni. Thank you, Shiki.
That hurts.
That does hurt. All right, number 20, the Silver Surfer kills Galactus through shenanigans. We both said jabroni, and it is jabroni.
Doesn't kill, but...
I think there's a babyface turn there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. I heard...
Oh, it is.
Like when she goes flying through and knocks Johnny Storm off and she heads right towards Galactus to finally drop kick him into the teleportation, all I heard in my head was John Cena's music, baby. Heel to babyface right there is what we saw.
Yep.
Number 21, Dr. Doom kills Galactus and absorbs his powers. That was definitely overthought, overdone. That is jabroni. Yeah. So we get a +1 for each of us as we both guessed jabroni. Number 22, the Fantastic Four escape their universe because Franklin sends them. Uncle Todd said jabroni. I said the real. It is jabroni. So Uncle Todd gets the points on that, all 2 of them. Very nice. Number 23, the Fantastic Four and Franklin survive, even though their universe is destroyed. We both said the real.
Jabroni.
That is jabroni. No points at all for either of us.
And well-deserved 0 on that one.
Indeed. Number 24, Galactus and the Silver Surfer are alive at the end of the movie.
The Silver Surfer.
Well, it kind of is, if you think about it. Surfboard or platter. Either way. Uncle Todd said the real. I said jabroni. That is the real.
He's the red.
So Uncle Todd gets 2 points. Silver Surfer is killed in battle with the Fantastic Four.
Jabroni.
Uncle Todd said jabroni. I said the real. So Uncle Todd gets the points for that one. Let's see. Galactus is killed by the Fantastic Four. We both said jabroni on that one.
Jabroni.
And that is jabroni. So +1 for both of us. Number 27, Fantastic Four successfully defeat Galactus. We both said jabroni. I don't know. Would you consider that a defeat?
Yeah.
They achieved their mission. They kicked him into the teleportation hole. So, I'm going to say the real, and we get 0 points.
Red.
That's right. Number 28, Galactus successfully devours Earth. We were both dark on this one and said the real, but it was jabroni.
Jabroni.
Yeah.
No points on that. Number 29, Franklin is left behind with Dr. Doom. Uncle Todd said jabroni. I said the real. technically, I might have this one because Dr. Doom.
There is no technically. She left the room.
She left
dude.
the room, and Dr. Doom was with Franklin.
She left, and first of all, Dr. Doom wasn't there. It wasn't like Sue was like, "Hey, Doomy, can you watch the kid for a minute? I got to go have a pee." It wasn't that. It was
She left
got
the
up.
room.
And it wasn't even she left the room. Did you notice? It's open concept there.
He's
Like she literally went from like
He's left behind with Dr. Doom.
she literally went from like the living room to like across like the 1960s conversation pit over to the kitchen, and then she looks over back, and there's Doom again.
No.
She didn't leave
She
him
had to walk into the room
with
to walk around the
Dr.
corner
Doom.
to see who it was.
It doesn't matter, but he wasn't left with
He was left behind
Dr.
with
Doom.
Dr. Doom.
Again, in fracking word, dude. You are off your rocker if you're going to try and pull this one out of your butt. She wasn't left with Dr. Doom.
Not off my rocker.
You are
was
off your
left
rocker. He's not left behind. Like, good Lord. You never left your kid in the other room to go get a book?
Did. And technically, I left him behind. I walked forward to get the book. He was behind me. What can I say?
I wish I could reach the screen right now and smack the shit out of you. I really do. I really do.
You have no idea how much I was waiting to go toe to toe with you on this one. I saw this. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good one.
No, sorry.
This was as spirited as I expected it to be.
It was not left behind. Let's move along. Give me the points.
I'm going to say this is
Move
uncontested because I have a point. Franklin was left behind.
It is
with Dr.
uncontested because you're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
The thing you wanted to say, it's
is Sue
contested
in the
and under
room
protest.
with Franklin when she sees Doom?
Oh my
with
gosh!
Franklin?
So she's supposed to never leave the kid in the room by himself.
Exactly.
She's 16 when Franklin's 16. Like, I can't leave you in the room. Then I've left you behind.
I'm sorry, sir. I contend that
You can contend all you want.
Post-credit scene shows
your
Franklin
theory is
Dr.
batshit
Doom,
insane.
He was left behind with Dr. Doom.
Left behind. Oh my god! And he wasn't left behind with left behind with Dr. Doom implies that was like Doom was there, and like, okay, I'm gonna leave the child behind. Leaving him behind in
How did she
leaving
find him
in the room.
How did she find Franklin? Was Franklin by himself the way she left him, or was he with Dr. Doom?
Again,
please answer the question. Was
Dr.
Franklin
Doom
with Dr.
used
Doom
the
or not?
key that because he was Reed's friend. That he used the key that he usually uses to let himself in when he feeds the cat.
Oh, good Lord!
They didn't show the cat. The cat ended up on the cutting room floor, but the cat should have been part of the movie. I still contend. And
I'm not giving you points for this. I
That's
have
when-
a point.
You have a point, but it's wrong. That's the thing. You can have a point and be wrong.
I am not wrong.
You are wrong.
If you argue who is in the room with Franklin,
God, I can't
it's Dr. Doom.
I can't believe our friendship is going to end on this freaking stupid question.
All right, let's move on to number. I'm not.
We're not
adding
moving
points.
on. We're not moving on. Give me the points and let's move on then.
Are you kidding me? You're
I am
basically
not kidding you.
arming me into these points. You don't admit that I have a point.
Okay, first of all,
Yes.
I'm saying this out of love for you.
Yes,
You're
sir.
shut off. You've had way too much of that high test
I have
bourbon.
not. I have not.
You are off your friggin' nut right now.
I understand you want the points, but you need to acknowledge the argument, my friend. I understand it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow.
I know you're expecting one of these, but you're getting one of these, all right? This is not an acknowledging. This is ludicrous.
How is it ludicrous?
Oh my gosh.
How is it ludicrous? She leaves the room, and we see Franklin with Dr. Doom. Franklin was left behind with Dr. Doom. I mean, how am I wrong? I know you want the open concept argument to be the,
You're wrong because you're wrong. This is not the spirit of the question.
I know you want me to be wrong, but I'm not wrong. Let's move on, and we'll circle back to this one.
I don't want to circle back, okay? But just move on. Fine.
All right. You want me to give you the points?
You do whatever is going to sit right with you, sir. You go with God on this one. I can't.
I'm moving on to number 30. We will come back to this one. Number 30. Franklin is left behind with Galactus. We both said the real. That is jabroni.
Well, technically, he was left behind with Galactus because they left him in the little carrier and then they all walked away. So he was left behind.
No, but Galactus was cast out of the universe, so he couldn't.
No, but they were left him behind, and Galactus was in the solar system. So technically, they left him behind.
I don't think so, sir.
See, this is how horseshit your argument is.
No, it isn't. It's not the same.
Gosh, not enough beer in the world.
Number 31. The movie ends with the Fantastic Four settling into life in modern-day Earth 616 with the new Avengers. We both said jabroni, and we both get +1 for that. How you doing over there?
I'm not doing well. Okay?
Number 32. The Fantastic Four and Franklin are in the Fantastic Four ship, seen at the end of Thunderbolts. We both said jabroni. That is jabroni.
Jabroni!
Honestly, the thing is, we don't know at this point.
We still don't know, but as of right now, we're going to say it's jabroni because we don't know. Number 33, Dr. Doom with Franklin are in the ship seen at the end of Thunderbolts. Uncle Todd said jabroni. I said the real, and it is jabroni.
Jabroni!
You're welcome.
Number 34, Fantastic Four are in the Fantastic Four ship at the end of the Thunderbolts. We both said the real, that is jabroni.
Jabroni!
Because we don't know. And finally, number 35, the post-credits scene shows Victor Von Doom. We both said the real, that is real.
He is the
We're
red!
going to go +1 on that to wrap this up. But it does take us back to the question of... Well, actually, let me add this up and see if this even matters at this point.
No. Let's decide it before you add it up. The most I am willing to go is it is a draw. I am not willing.
I'm fine if it's a draw.
But I want this lodged in history as a protest that this is horseshit. Okay?
Why?
Because it is.
You've argued similar things before.
I have never argued anything this batshit insane.
You
Never.
How is this insane?
Because it is.
Franklin was
okay.
left
1 point. I
behind
can't go around this anymore. I cannot. You're gonna drive me over the fracking edge tonight.
All right. I'm gonna add up points here. All right, let's see. So I don't know if you want to play some music or something while I do this, but
I'm just gonna try and breathe through this. I feel like I'm
5, 6.
I feel like I'm having a Ted Lasso panic attack right now.
11, 13.
My hands are twitching. My ears are ringing. I'm pretty sure Coach Beard is with me here right now. Axe throwing. Oh my gosh.
All right, Uncle Todd has 28 points. I'm going to recount these just to make sure I have them correct, but let's see.
I'm going to do the Buford T. Justice. Oh. That actually did help. Sad enough. Oh, boy. And somehow Tim ended up with 63 points. Wow, how did that happen?
No, sir. I take issue with that because you ended up with 28 points and I had 26 points.
Oh.
So, there you have it.
There I have it. Yeah. Should have been 28 to 24.
Well, you cry about being cheated out of points, and you've actually won the last 3. So you need to just stop with your belly aching. Good Lord.
Watch your language, sir.
Well, I just...
There's little ears down the street.
Is that all you got?
That's all I got. The wind has been knocked out of my sails.
All right, so
I'm spent.
for the 2025 leaderboard, it is Uncle Todd with 115 points overall for the year, and the man they call Tim at 119.5. So I
was going to say, there's no way possible that I'm leading. There's no way.
4.5 point delta between the two of us. So
what is this thing like? You've started using delta a lot more in these circumstances. Is this a new thing?
Have I really? Have I said the word delta that much? Really?
Or have I been hearing that in other things too? Like, this seems to be a thing that is just, I've heard it in several places. I thought it was here, but then again, my brain is scattered. So I don't know.
It is another word for difference or change.
Oh, well.
So
maybe
that's why you've heard it.
Probably. I'm not fancy like
the
that.
song Delta Blue, is right? Isn't there a song Delta Blue? Delta.
Oh.
Let's see.
I don't know. All right. Well,
Delta Dawn. That's what I was thinking of.
Okay, sure. That too.
Maybe I should do a Christopher Walken on that. Tanya Tucker.
Perhaps. Love me some Tanya Tucker.
Delta Dawn. What's the flower you have on?
Actually, let me see if I can find the karaoke version of that, and then I want you to sing over that. I want you to spoken word over the. All right, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the spirited debate. I appreciate that. So I very much was looking forward to that one, and you did not disappoint. So thank you.
I'm glad that you could wind me up and raise my stress level.
Indeed.
What do you have for, and another thing, a suggestion for our listeners and viewers, sir?
I just over the past week or so when I was on vacation, decided to delve back into watching reruns of That 70s Show from way back.
Yeah,
back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And
funny show, a little problematic in retrospect now.
Well, yeah, there is some, but just overall, just funny show, and just very well done. It's really funny. It's similar to Star Trek: The Next Generation. Season 1 is a little bit of a throwaway, and you can jump right into season 2, and it's actually, for this show, it's actually really good in season 2 and continues on. But that would just for some, if you're looking for some fun, mindless evening viewing to before bed, That 70s Show is kind of fun to check out. So it is on the Peacock, and that is my recommendation for And Another Thing. How about you, sir?
I'm actually going to change mine up here at the last moment because what my little joke there reminded me of something else. I'm going to recommend. Is there an episode title here or episode number? There is not. So this is another episode of The Sackhoff Show with Aaron Douglas, none other than Chief Tyrrell. And
who, by the way,
yes,
did a cameo 2 years ago for your birthday.
Yes, indeed.
And did a fine job, might I add.
This was an episode that I listened to a while ago. So I'm going to vaguely just try and hit a couple high points, but a great episode in that you kind of get an insight into, the work of Aaron Douglas, because he's been in a lot of stuff that I did not realize he's in, as well as including in the show that he's in now, Murder in a Small Town. But just him and Katie Sackhoff kind of talking about BSG and how it all worked and their different acting processes and how they were both very much like kind of in the at that time, like very much into, didn't learn their lines until rehearsal. So they didn't really learn it ahead because they wanted it all to be new and all this. And now Katie Sackhoff's like, I need to, because like when she did Longmire, they're like, yeah, no sides on set. And she's like, what? So she like had to make sure she memorized all of her stuff beforehand. And now that's what she does. And Aaron Douglas is like, yeah, I just still kind of do that. One of the interesting things that was mentioned in this was talking about the actress who played Callie, who was part of that weird kind of sex cult thing that got taken down. it was weird because I had never really. It was the kind of thing that I kind of appreciated from that show, where it's like Katie Sackhoff's the one who brought it up. She's like, "Did you know anything about that?" And he's like, "No, I didn't." And they're both sort of like, but I was like, I didn't expect them to even bridge that topic, because it's one of those things where you could very easily say, "Yeah, let's not talk about that," that sort of thing. Which kind of makes me appreciate, Katie Sackhoff as an interviewer, but also kind of just in the, not ignoring stuff. But it was very interesting listening to Aaron Douglas's take on, how his role kind of expanded, because apparently they were thinking about killing him off very early in the show, and he kind of kept his spot by being able to improv on the show and to come up with stuff. And eventually they'd be like, "Hey, we don't really know what to do here, but just say something." And apparently he was also helping other like actors come up with lines and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool, and kind of hearing like how his process is and who he is as a person and an actor. So definitely worth a listen/watch. I'm going to put the YouTube link here so you can see both of them chit-chatting. But yeah, the Sackhoff Show with Aaron Douglas, definitely a great addition to your podcast list. Nice. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show for this week in Geek Wednesday. Thank you all for tuning in and listening. For those of you who are joining us for the first time or just happen to stumble across us, pardon me, welcome to the Free Range Idiocy congregation. You can find us here every Wednesday on Week in Geek Wednesday. Then you can catch our other show, Free Range Idiocy, on Free Range Idiocy Friday. Both of those are on all the major streaming podcast platforms and all that stuff. You can find us at freerangeidiocy.com. You can subscribe through Podbean. You can also subscribe through Apple Podcasts, Pandora, Spotify, all the major streaming platforms. You can also find us on the YouTube's full video podcasts there. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook. Our handle on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook is at Free Range Idiocy. If you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns, things you'd like us to talk about here on the show, send those to tim@freerangeidiocy.com. And that about does it for the Week in Geek here. Any last thoughts from you, sir, before we kick this thing off into the sunset?
Once again, the man they called him was right. Franklin was left behind with Dr. Doom. And with that being said, this goes out to all our geeks out there. Free Range Idiocy is your hookup. Holla if you hear us.
Okay then.
Woo!
Somebody help me.
Now get the hell out of here!